Hey guys, I'm Chris Crawford, the founder of RinseKit, and today we're going to go over water heaters. Yeah, so one thing that most people don't realize is how much energy it takes to heat water. Water's really dense. I think it's 800 times thicker than air. When you go swimming, you'll lose your body temperature 25 times faster in water than you will in air. Look at the water heater on your house. It's huge. Look at how much gas it takes. Look at the power that it's hooked into. Look how much water goes through it. When you're going to heat water with electricity, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of power. Yeah, when we first started RinseKit, it was just a portable shower thing. You could put hot water into the tanks, but for people that didn't have access to a hot water heater or something like that, being able to heat the water remotely was super important. So trying to figure out some sort of a heating solution for our first generation showers was super important. And originally we came out with this product, which is called like the hot rod water heater. It was designed basically just to plug into your 12-volt cigarette plug, and it had a little timer on the back so you could kind of set it, and however long you wanted it to heat, 30, 60, 90 minutes, and it would kind of heat the water up. In our first shower systems, they were like 1.5 to 2 gallons, which this was fine. It would heat the water up in 30 minutes or something like that. As we started making larger units and higher capacity, went from like 1.5 to almost 3 and 4 gallon systems, we had to find a different way to pull the power because we do have these cigarette plugs for the Immersion Heater, but if you plug this into like the RinseKit Pro, it's going to take a long time to heat it. And there's a lot of different things that kind of control that too. How cold's the water inside the unit, how cold's the air outside. All those things can definitely affect how long it takes to heat. So one thing we had to do was kind of figure out where else we could get power from. And we found that most people that are using these typically have trucks or SUVs. So the 7-pin trailer plug, you can plug this in the back of your vehicle, and we can get up to 30 amps actually off the back of this plug. So we kind of created a new system based on, trying to pull more power and be able to heat more water. Yeah, so the electric heater, basically, you're going to plug this into your vehicle. The power is going to go in here. There's a heating element in the very end of it, and that heating element is going to heat up the probe, which is going to heat the water around it. We designed it with this curve. We had this patented design right here, so that way it'll actually kind of create a little current and mix the water around as the heat goes up. And then we also have a thermostat built into it and a water level sensor. So if the water gets too low, it won't overheat the probe. The thermostat will also shut it off once it gets about 104 degrees. And then as a backup safety feature, we do have a thermal fuse in there. So if this whole thing overheats and everything else fails, it'll still cut the power so the heater doesn't get too hot. This Immersion Heater is probably best for somebody that's going to be driving a little bit. Like if you're a surfer and you got to drive 45 minutes to go to the beach, you're going to go check waves or something like that, and you want to get the water warm or hot in here. This is a good option. Van life people definitely, because you can plug this in and you can turn it on and off with your running lights. So if you're driving around all day, this will heat the water, and you kind of have the water just ready to go, heated inside the RinseKit. It's a lot more compact. This drops directly down inside the RinseKit Pro. So it just screws right onto the cap inside of there, and then you just have the cord running out. And then we also made this cord flat so you can shut it, in the door of the car, and it's all waterproof and stuff like that. So this is great for people that are going to be driving a little bit more and have a little bit more time to kind of heat the water. The propane heater is basically, this one plugs into your RinseKit Pro, and then the RinseKit Pro will pump water through the heater. And the heater has a flame in there that burns propane, and it puts it through a heating element, and that'll heat up the water instantly. And it comes out the shower head, so you get a second shower head for this one. The propane heater, flame is a lot more powerful, so this heats up the water almost instantly. And yeah, this one's like going to go from 60 to 104 degrees in just seconds, which is really cool. The HyperHeater is good if you're going to be at a campsite or something where you're not driving around, you don't have a lot of time, and you want to take a really hot shower right away. So this one is great for that. You can basically turn it on and you're going to get instant hot water. And if it's really cold outside, or the water's really cold in the RinseKit, you can actually put the water from the nozzle back into the RinseKit and kind of preheat the water in the tank. And that'll make it even hotter as it comes out of here, because now you're putting warm water through a heater, which makes super hot water come out of it. So this one's great for campsites. Anybody that just wants instant hot water that doesn't have like a power supply or a lot of time to, wait for the water to heat up. If you want, some small compact system, electrical heating is interesting, but you got to have a power source for that electrical system. The battery in here can't run that for more than like 30 seconds. It's just too much power that you have to pull through this. As far as, propane heaters and stuff like that go, obviously you can see the size of this and the size of this. If you were to try to make one system, it would just be huge. We just didn't see the point of like combining these into one thing when we can sell two separate systems and make it so people can kind of mix and match and make a custom system that they like. People just got to understand, you know, it takes a lot of energy, it takes power, it takes water flow, and you got to have exhaust vents and all this stuff to kind of, you know, there's a lot of components going on inside of here, and it's, you know, it's kind of complex. It's not that easy to do. Just heat up water.